Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Players Meeting, a Wind Dummy production. I'm the main host, Smitty. Going to have an awesome, fun show tonight. We got my main man, Kyle Webster, joining us all the way from the panhandle of Florida. He says that counts because of the ocean. We're gonna talk mainly about the World Championships, one of the best, most exciting events that I've seen maybe ever. It was so much fun. We'll give you our thoughts on that. We'll look a little bit towards the Turku Open coming up this weekend. We will see how Eric did when he matched up against me in weekly picks. What else we got? We've got Survivor League, and then of course we always end it with the big deal. So let's bring in our guest, Mr. Webster. How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me in here. It's always fun to talk about disc golf, man. So
Yeah, for sure. It's been a hot minute since I've seen or talked to you. We chatted a little bit through phones and apps and whatever, but haven't seen you.
yeah, we'll have our little message back and forth about the hot topic every pro tour event, but I'm kind of like laying low on the disc golf scene lately. I'm basically retired, semi-retired is I like to call it that.
Is that by choice or by lack of events or just other things
Man.
going on in life?
Yeah, all of the above, man. Like by choice, because I'm kind of a fair weather golfer these days I found. And when I lived in the Midwest, it's because it was too cold or the weather, like the rain. But here it's just so dang hot. So between May and August, September, I'm kind of like non-existently playing.
Yeah.
It's so hot, man.
Yeah. And humid,
So
right?
the
Super humid.
humidity is really what it is. Because when I think about it, Missouri, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, it was all hot, but the humidity here is just it's unmatched. So that's the gist of it. And then I'm a teacher now, so I don't really play too much after I get home from the kids and you know life.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm about 2 months from taking a break myself. I used to play all year long, but man, I can't stand the cold anymore. It's just not any fun. We got that's a Mike Unruh, or not Mike Unruh, Mike Tunod chatting in there.
Love it.
Landon making fun of my lack of mustache.
Yeah.
Mustache.
Where's the stash, man? Yeah.
Oh man, it was today like you. Today is my first day back to school. Number one, I didn't want all the other teachers to make fun of me, and number two, I didn't want to come in with that big old caterpillar on my lip and scare all the kids next Monday. So
Man, it's a vibe, man. You
it
could rock
was
it.
it was fun. I got a
Yeah.
lot of fun comments, and my family hated being around me with it, so that was even a little bit more fun. So
Right.
yeah, yeah. So well, you ready to talk some disc golf?
Oh yeah, always. Let's do it.
All right, let's start where we always start. What's popping? What's been going on in the world of disc golf? And dude, there's only one thing to worry about right now: the 2025 World Championships. The
Big
first
show.
one outside of North America. And man, what'd you think?
It met expectations. The hype
Yeah.
was real. The hype was
Yeah,
real. UC did a great job. So,
he
yeah,
did. He did.
yeah.
And did you see his post today?
No, no,
He
I missed
just
it.
he just put out a post on one of the social medias and it just said, "I'm done." And you're right. He killed it, and I'm sure it's been a dream of his for a long time to bring it to Europe. And for a long time, the Beast was thought of as like the ultimate course. And then to however they developed the Monster, because you have to have two courses for World Championships, I think. And yeah, dude, those two courses complemented each other well. The course, the assets on the course were incredible. All the advertising, the number of people at the Beast was, we've seen that for years past because people could just walk in and walk out, no admission to go to that. Those people were packed 10 or 12 deep, it looked like.
Yeah, that crowd was unmatched, man. We've never seen anything like that in disc golf.
No, and
no,
well behaved too, for the most part, right?
I loved how the camera would hang out behind the crowd, and they'd be like wrangling cattle. They're yelling at them, like screaming at them, and they're just running.
Yeah, well, you try that in the U.S., you're going to get a bunch of middle fingers jabbed up at you. And, people oftentimes at tournaments here, the crowd tries to interject themselves, I think, somewhere into the tournament. And sometimes that's great. I went to Iowa, and that beehive is fun, dude. And they're important to that tournament is what a lot of people don't know. They're right there at a crossing area where people are trying to cross to get to the course. And I really feel like that's their main job, is to stop traffic from interfering with the tournament. But they have a blast, And then I think the people at Maple Hill, the 8 holes, are awesome. They might be a little too rowdy at times for me, but they didn't have any of that stuff there. They just had more fans than you've ever seen, all enjoying had to be the best field ever. I don't know what the strength of the field was, but it had to be ridiculous.
Yeah, unmatched, I'm sure. That you make a good point about the kind of those identities of those crowds at those two events, Maple Hill and Des Moines, and how this tournament or this course in general has never really had that vibe. I can't really think of any European tournaments where that's a thing, where they where the crowd has their own identity. Well, really, like this World's tournament or this European Open course, the identity is the size of the crowd. You don't need to like gas it up with a gimmick, so to speak. But I don't know. It just makes me think, like, how necessary is the gimmicky crowd thing? Even though I do like the beehive and I do like the 8 holes, but I agree that the 8 holes kind of like steal the show a little bit, with their antics, tossing the flags around, and like the card has to wait on the 8 holes to finish their show before they can tee off. You didn't see anything like that at Worlds, and honestly, I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. I think sometimes those the 8 holes for sure can cause chaos on holes 2 or 3 holes away. You're trying to line up a putt and you hear whatever kind of screaming and whatever. I mean, that's and especially if you're not playing well, you're looking for any excuse you can find to blame your bad game on. So
right, but like I said, I still appreciate it a little bit though, because it kind of reminds me of like the student section at a basketball game, close quarters. It's just everybody's in on it. It's pretty cool, but
dude, it was amazing when they'd fly that drone over and you would just see like the pockets of people just in different spots. Just, you're right. It was like the student section at a basketball game just going nuts right there on the course, obviously, and but not affecting play at all. And that's what was crazy. Somebody just shanked one into the crowd, and somehow it was like the sea just parted right through them. So
very aware.
Yeah,
they are disc golf minded.
So, well, you brought up gimmicks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that view this hole as a gimmick. What are your thoughts, man, about hole 16?
I think disc golf needs holes like this. Whether it be this hole or 17 at Winthrop, a very small version of what you get from this hole. But I think it's great. I love that. I think the tee shot could be a little bit more demanding. You just see that just the stall hyzer, pretty steep hyzer line, but it's really just that upshot. It takes names, man. That green is deceivingly small, and it's an uphill approach. It looks like, so those guys got to throw it kind of hard from where they're landing, and I think that's what really plays into how those discs end up moving around on that green. So it's a dream crusher.
I'm torn on it personally. I I love the hole. I love that is so important to the event. That, but on the other side of the coin, I hate the fact that this one hole can just end somebody's dreams and tournaments. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But, I think you're right on the drive that for the men, that should be easy. Highs are around that right gap. And those guys just anywhere from that trail and beyond, they're able to attack the green. Now, the ladies, that thing gets a little squirrely for them. That is a hard tee shot. We saw Ida grip lock one right. We saw Henna Bloomrose, one of the farthest throwers in the women's division. Why is she going straight?
Inside gap. She's an eagle chaser, but she still has enough distance that she can throw it just as far as the guys are landing and then hit that green after that.
Well, we saw all the rest of the women on that card. None of them throw as far as Henna. They can all boom a disc. And they were all getting over that trail and all being able to attack. But that hole though, dude. That hole. Let's look at a couple of things about that. I compiled some stats here.
Okay, let's do it.
So this is the first 4 rounds for the men. So this is everybody, A and B pool. And this is only the people who scored worse than a double bogey. So a snowman on up, 34 people, which is a lot of people. A lot of people. And there's some names on there. And then there's some pretty big scores, right? Like John Willis II, a 17.
Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't click on it. You can click on the PDJ Live app and see how they scored. I'm guessing he just missed. And the problem is once you miss with your best disc, I step up there and throw a felon, my overstable felon. Well, the only other one I have in there is my straighter felon, and I missed with that. Now what am I throwing? Right?
I'm laughing here because what you said, he probably missed. Yeah, he probably missed.
Yeah, about 5 to 7 times he missed.
Oh my word! Yeah, it's probably. How many guys are practicing with multiple discs? Like, okay, if I miss this one, then I'm going to throw this one, then I'm going to throw this one. We all have like that lineup in our bag of we can do anything with these discs, but you miss with that go-to, and then you're shook. Man.
Yeah. But when I look at this list though of guys that missed it and took double or more, I don't see a name on there that I would have thought coming into the tournament had a fighter's chance. Most of them I don't know. And I think that might have a little bit to do with it as well. But did you see what Ronnie said? Ronnie said good shots missed too. And the penalty is too severe.
What's a good shot on this hole?
Well, I think you got to throw it higher than most of them do, and I think you got to come stalling it in.
Yeah.
Whichever spin is better for you.
Just from trying to remember what I saw, I don't think I saw a single disc go out of bounds on the left side of the green, where that wide side is, the fat part of the green. I don't think I saw anybody coming on that side and having that reaction where the person that tried to park it hit and then slid out of bounds or curled up out of bounds. So, that's one thing. Maybe they're trying to, if you play a little safer on a green like that, you don't get that.
Well, I don't know reaction. I don't know that left side is much bigger. I think that could be one. That could be one. Well, none of it matters because we're never playing this course again.
Yeah,
supposedly,
we'll see.
Unfortunately,
we'll see,
but I think there's 2 or 3 easy fixes to this. Number one, you could go back to the bunker rule that they used when AB missed it so many times. That was punishing if you missed, but it also didn't add extra strokes to your score. You just had to rethrow. That was the penalty. Your shot and then rethrow. No bonus penalty. I think another fix would be what USDGC did, where when that basket at USDGC is left, you have a huge area outright that you can aim to. You're giving up a stroke, but you're getting on the green. So I think they could make that left side of that green bigger and give people a target to land on, knowing they're giving up a stroke and likely going to be able to hit it. And then I think the third fix is you just extend the land all the way up to the basket with just a little bitty tiny 20 to 30 foot wide path. Most people are still, I think, going to try to cut that corner to steal a stroke. I don't think anybody's going to go zipping around there for sure.
Like a little hallway.
Yeah, just a little skinny area.
Yeah.
So I think any of those would fix it. Ronnie says, if that is water and not grass with hay bales, how would you feel? I'd love it just the same.
Yeah. I think that's what it's simulating in a sense. You just don't lose your disc. I kind of like what Juno was saying about hay bales enclosing it, but maybe not enclose it. Maybe hook it around that left side a little bit to where that truly is like a layup zone, kind of like USDGC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think there's obviously some fixes, and like I said, I love the hole. I love the excitement it adds to the tournament. But I'm with Ronnie. I hate the fact that this one hole can decide your tournament. You know what? It can also help you win the tournament too. Owen Scoggins never went for that green and carded 4 every single time.
Yeah, it's that hindsight hole. I mean, no matter what, the people that are laying up are taking strokes on people every single time.
Yeah, or giving up 1. Either giving up 1 or making up 7.
Yeah, I mean I think it's worth the layup.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's look at the ladies. It's a little smaller field. 27 of them missed it. You're seeing a lot more double digits on here, including a couple of pretty serious double digits here.
Yeah.
Missy Gannon in the first round, 14. Pretty much ended her hopes at winning the title on the first round.
Yeah. That was that probably ruined a lot of people's pick'ems.
Yeah. But let's look over to the far right. Look at the top of that list.
We saw that happen. That was a storyline in itself.
She took a 13, 1 stroke less than Missy, and nearly won the day tournament.
That 13 was a gift to the viewers, because if that didn't happen, we have the most boring final of all time, and instead we have the most exciting final of all time, in my opinion.
It was bizarre and exciting at the same time. And that 13 was almost bigger. If that basket wouldn't have gotten in the way, there's no way that last shot is staying.
Yeah, I love how on the network's highlight reel, they have that shot on the highlight reel, and then it shows the score. It's like, and that's I'm going on a tangent, but the network is notorious for that crap, man. They'll key on someone like Cat Merch. It's like, oh, here's Cat Merch making a huge putt, and she fist pumps it, does her thing, and they throw up her score. She's got like 3 8s, a 7 and a 5, and it's her first birdie of the round. And I'm like, this is the most FPO Disc Golf Network thing that they do consistently. But anyways.
Yeah, well, that's a good tangent. When we start talking about the ladies, we got to talk about the commentary a little bit too, because there was some very bad advice being given out at different times.
Jesus.
So here we go. Here's the final round. Field's cut in half. Cole and Luke, 2 names that I'm shocked are on there.
Yeah.
And 1 woman. That's so, that thing stung some people, but I think a lot of people learned their lesson. I know that Ida earned her lesson because she could have went over that. She could have gunned it again, but she just chipped out and chipped over. And the smile on her face after that was incredible. I thought,
Yeah,
oh God,
the relief was you could just melt.
And I've played USDGC, and when you get to like hole 14, the stadium hole,
yeah,
you start thinking about that island, and then you play 15.
Like, I've got a good thing going here. Oh man.
And then you play 16 and you walk all the way up that hill, and the whole way you're thinking, oh God, just
it's a long walk.
Don't be a chump. Just throw it on there.
Man, I when I first played USDGC, I was taking my flippiest putter, throwing it as hard as I could at the water, and just heading right to that bailout zone. Just inbounds, inbounds, inbounds.
Well, when I played it, there was no bailout zone. It was just a little tiny island. You had to put it on there. So, all right. So you and I are kind of in agreement. We like 16.
Yeah.
We're not huge fans that it can end somebody's dreams. But I think this hole is a bigger gimmick.
The rollaways.
Yeah, man. But
yeah,
the only shots you really see rolling away, though, are flicks coming in from right-handers. I'm assuming lefty hyzers as well.
Yeah.
So maybe it's bad play flicking it. Nicholas parked that sucker coming down the stretch with the backhand, and the ladies, I think their tee's a little bit shorter, but backhands were parking it as well. So maybe it's just shots like Coriolis straight parked it when he won the European Open.
Yeah, it reminds me of, we're talking about USDGC again. It reminds me of the green of, it might be, I don't know. Well, it's the hedge hole, where you're teeing off with the hedge down your right side the whole way. It's
I think it's hole 11.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But it reminds me of that hole where if you throw a sidearm into that green, it's on a similar slope. It almost always rolls down the hill out of bounds. Where the backhand is a much harder shot because of that slope, but it's like almost never going out of it. You're never going to get that roll away if you hit the green.
Yeah, and I think this thing's a little steeper than we think it is, and I think a lot of the backhands that are hyzering towards there go skipping out as well. But you know what? I still think it's a fun hole. I still think that I would flick it at it, hope to hit and stick or go out below the pin, because I feel like I can make that putt below the pin and save the three the majority of the time. Now I don't want to edge a circle putt down there, because that brings in another little issue of a rollaway that we didn't see, but we could have very easily seen.
Yeah, I think it's a great hole, and I think, by design, I think they want you to play to the high side, whether it be sidearm or backhand, and give you that tester putt that not many people are going to run with that OB lingering. But no, I agree, and I agree with you. Like, if I'm throwing a sidearm there, most likely I'm going to try to play it on the high side, to be honest. But if I get that roll and I'm still like inside the circle's edge, a little uphill putt, so I think it's a good hole.
I think that if it's coming down the stretch and you don't need the birdie, I think it's probably the easiest three on the course.
Yeah.
Throw it down there, up on top, lay it up, get the heck out of there.
Yeah.
So
it's just, I think you made a point about how we don't really know how steep it is. I agree, because like you see like a guy like Nicholas, he's putting so much angle on his backhand out off the tee, and it's still coming in like pretty hot. He's got such touch though. He's amazing.
Yeah. So I think that the first part of that course is a sprint, and then holes 15, 16, 17, 18 are the most exciting 4 holes to finish on in disc golf. It's just so so unpredictable about what can happen. Let's talk some storylines. Let's start with the ladies. Let's talk about all of the ladies' things. We all know who won. We know how she won. But let's talk about how she got to that title. And I feel like we got to start here. This is
it's a big part of it.
Man, it's such a weird thing for a couple of reasons. Number one, she's the greatest female player we've ever witnessed, and she was completely dominant. And I never thought I was going to see her lose. And just in the last 2 months, she's lost it. It's gone. And it's just shocking to me that she can be there. And the other thing that's weird to me, and this is, I don't know why, but I have no problem laughing at those other two girls when they do that stupid stuff. But when Kristen is going through the same thing, this is the same exact thing, it kills me, dude. It breaks my heart. And I don't know if it's because we're seeing somebody fall from a pedestal that she's been put on. She's amazing. And these other ones, we just expect it, and we've always expected it, and they've never been good at this skill. So it's just like, oh, here we go again type deal. But it's weird. What are your takes on that?
Yeah, it's a different flavor when she does it. And because we're so used to her effortless, literally just flat-footed putt, which is wild. She's so good at that. I can't even imagine putting like that. But to go from where you expect her to make everything to you can just see it on her face that she has no idea what's about to happen. And I mean, sports are crazy. I made a comment on one of the foundation videos that she might be the next Katrina Allen if she keeps it up.
Oh.
And I hate to say that, but Katrina she was dominating at one point. I mean, she was the one that everybody was thinking was going to be the first 1,000 rated player before even Paige. And then her fall from greatness was hard. Yeah, and I'm worried that Kristen's on that trajectory.
Yeah, I hope not, man. I hope she doesn't play the rest of the year, and I hope that she can find a solution to whatever's bothering her. I hope that she can find fun in disc golf again. And this could be one of those things and this could be the same with those other two gals. They go out with their friends, they screw around, they have fun, they make every single putt they've ever looked at. And then when the lights are on, there's just a disconnect. And, oh, God, it's got to be a terrible feeling for all three of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree with Ronnie. I was thinking about years ago when I was at Vegas. I was having one of the best off the tee performances I've ever had, but I literally could not make any putt no matter how close I was. Got back into my car. I was literally punching my steering wheel. Like, I was so mad. And I could not believe what had just happened because it was completely out of my control. And that was my first ever experience with the yips. And it's real. I mean, I agree. It is real. It is phenomenon.
I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know how you get over it, but yeah, I like I said, I hope she can get over it. I think she's really good for disc golf and women's disc golf. Let's talk about these two third place finishers.
Man, the storylines just do not quit.
Yeah.
With this tournament.
Yeah. Which one do you want to start with? Which one of these two gals you want to talk about first?
Let's go with Ella, because she wasn't really in the picture at all.
She was not in the picture at all. She was gone, done.
It was like
on her way home.
It's like, why are they showing Ella final day? Like, what's going on here?
Ronnie didn't get up like you and I did and watched it early in the morning, but I said, dude, start on 13. And the very first message to me was, where the heck did Ella come from?
Yeah, no kidding.
And she was shredding. And then I felt like the first 12 or 13 holes, she's like, yeah, I don't got it. I'm just going to play. And she was just relaxed and she was killing it. And then she got to 15. Do you remember 15? She smoked it down there and made a killer putt.
Yeah, just drove. Yeah, she made that hole look easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then 16 came. Bomb drive. Missed. The luckiest shot in the history of 16. The 50-50 grind on the hay bale. Skipped up. Spun around on the top, which is OB. Clocked in for the chip in. Goes to 17. Flicked it down there. I'm thinking, oh, this is where she blows it. She's going to miss this. No chance. Boom. Heart. And now I'm thinking, oh my God, dude, this chick's going to win. And this is where the commentary, you and I were texting back and forth. Don't do it. No,
they must have put headphones in her ears or something, because she did exactly what they said she was going to do.
Go for the eagle.
Go for the eagle. No.
To which I said to you, the only thing that does is bring in a bogey.
Yes, she could play for the birdie, probably miss a putt, and she's in a playoff. And she doesn't know this. Nobody knows how it's going to go down. But the moment that we heard them say eagle, go for the eagle, I was just, my jaw dropped. I mean, yeah, I get it. I was watching the post-round interview with Earhart and the two Canadians. I don't know if you watched that. And they were trying to justify it. They were like, well, she's the distance world champ. What else would you expect? Some golf.
Yeah, well,
you're trying to win.
Golf was needed in that time, and
yeah,
she overthrew the thing and got lucky to hit and come back in, right? And then a little bit of a bad break on the missed putt, right? Didn't that what happened? She threw it.
No, she went OB.
Off on the putt.
On the eagle attempt, yeah. But she crossed up high.
Oh, up top and came in.
Yeah. And then she went OB. No, I think she went OB. I'm trying to remember. I think she went OB off of the eagle attempt. She had to lay it up, and her layup was short, and she missed the par putt.
I can tell you exactly what she did.
Yeah, pull up the PDGA.
Wow. Fairway, out of bounds. Fairway, 19 foot. Missed that. That was only 19 feet. It looked a little longer now on the coverage.
Yeah, it did.
And then took a bogey.
Yeah.
Okay. And then did you see what Mike said?
No.
He says, does Ella deserve to win because of the scorecard issue? Evelina, when she got up there, she had a short putt. And she was on lead card, and she assumed it was going to play out a different way. And she putted, missed, laid up real quick, dropped it in. And they submitted her score as a 5, as a par, when in reality she got a 6. So when they turned the scorecard in, she got it just like old times. They fixed the score and give her a 2-stroke penalty. So, and I'm not 100% sure what the rule is now. I know in the old days it was just the person with the wrong scorecard got the penalty. So I don't know if that's still the rule or if everybody on the card now that it's digital gets the 2-stroke penalty. I'd have to look up the rule and see exactly what it was. But could you imagine what would happen if they gave her the title because everybody in front of her got a 2-stroke penalty?
I didn't even know that had happened.
Yeah.
Thinking back to USCGC again, but this is back when it was a World Tour event. I don't know if you remember that one year. where the World Tour was a thing, and the USDGC was a World Tour event. I played with Paul Macbeth final round. He added up, and this was the first time we were all keeping our own score cards. He added up his score wrong on the last hole. He wrote down the wrong score. We all checked cards, and we're all done. And nobody caught that he had written down the wrong score on his own card. He ends up losing the points race or something like that because of that one scorecard mistake. And it was because he did it himself, but nobody else on the card caught it. And so, crazy things like that happen.
Yeah, for 100 years or however long disc golf's been around, it's been only the person that scores it wrong would get the stroke. And Ed says 808.G.3A. A player is not penalized if another member of their group submits an incorrect scorecard. So the PDJ is taking that into account that could happen. Now, it's weird that can happen the way scores are kept today. But I think I don't think everybody's keeping their own digital score. I think it's just the UDisc scorer, maybe. They're the PGA official score. I don't know how it works. I'm not good enough to play on a big stage like that.
Just for what I've seen, like they're all keeping their own paper scorecard. But yeah, I'm not sure who's in charge. I think there's maybe an official scorer, but I haven't been out there in some years now. So
yeah. All right. So Ella played good enough to win, gave it away on the last hole. Came out of nowhere with a smoking round. It would have maybe been the greatest women's round of all time had she just finished it out.
10:56, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
With that. So what about Hannah? How'd she lose it, Kyle?
Where do we start, man?
Well, I think we start on hole. What is that? That's hole 10. That's where she lost it. Well, and so many other weird things like that throw thing.
Oh my gosh.
That's the second time in a month that has happened to her.
I tried to find that second video the first time it happened.
The first one was it was that tournament that
European Championships.
Yeah, where you'd know the course if you saw it too. The first hole tees off and it like goes around that baseball field with the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's the hole where Evelina aced the par 4. That course.
Oh, it's that same hole. Okay.
That's not that hole.
Okay.
That event.
Yeah.
So that should be easy to find. But yeah, it's happened to her before. But okay, so she was bogey free up until hole 10. At which point, hole 10, she two-putted. Hole 11, two-putted. I mean, just silly short putts. In fact, she was still leading the event on hole 17. Only one safe.
She loses tournaments. She loses them. Like she doesn't get beat.
Yeah.
Like, it's
yeah, man. She was
and the thing is, like, I don't even count her as bad as as Evelina, even though they have those similar airball episodes, but I feel like she's a better putter than what she ends up doing.
Yeah, and if it's coming down the stretch, I never feel like she has a chance. And could you imagine if her and Owen switched places in this event and that was Henna laying up there with a 12-foot putt to win the world title?
We would have all been on the edge of our seats.
Yeah.
You never know.
It would have been nuts, man.
I mean, if she makes the putt on 17, like that was 3 strides away.
Yeah, it was barely outside the bullseye.
Yeah, and then she can play 18 for that hole's too easy for her. someone of her caliber. So
She
the
still
short
blew
part,
that. She threw that
yeah,
be so short on that too.
that was one of the worst decisions. That was right up there with Ella, but I think it was the worst decision. Where we're saying Ella shouldn't be aggressive and drive it the way she did. Evelyn or Henna should have drawn the green, and if she goes LB long, she's still right there.
Yeah, and
She completely screwed that up.
obviously in Ella's situation, we're talking on hindsight. We don't. I mean, Ella probably felt like they were going to get a couple coming in. She probably didn't have any clue what was going to happen coming in, and the same thing happened on the men's side,
Yeah,
which is why these finishing last 4 or 5 holes are just so phenomenal because it's not over, man, at all. So we know why Hannah lost. We know why Ella lost. What about these 3 gals? 2 of these, you could have easily said were the favorite going into the tournament.
yeah,
I mean, you had to think Silva and you had to think Evelina were going to be in it. We don't have to talk about it. We know why Evelina didn't win. We
yeah.
saw
I mean,
it.
you could do like the coverage and just take her off the screen because
That's, yeah.
by the end of the round they only showed her on hole 18 just because
They had to. She was
they
in the
had
way.
to. Yeah, but they weren't. It was crazy. They were giving her that treatment where they're like, "We're not even going to put you on anymore." But yeah,
And Silva was a non-factor. Most of the, I mean, she was second, third card in the mix, but never really asserted her dominance because outside of Own, this chick is probably the best putter, and her putt is a lot prettier than Own's.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I never felt the Silva like pressure one bit. There was never an inkling in my mind that okay, she could do something here.
And I'm wondering if she got a lot of pressure on her playing in front of the home crowd and the biggest stage in disc golf history, and maybe if some of that played into it as well. I don't know, man, but
Yeah, she's a mystery with all that. She very stoic. So
yeah,
yeah,
I understand why Evelina didn't win. I understand why the other 2 didn't win. I don't know if I saw enough of Silva to make and have any inkling as to why she didn't win. She just wasn't there. She didn't have it
yeah,
at the worst time possible. And then Anakin, she was that last round. She was pushing it, dude. She played
she was
great.
playing well. She was kind of having a round similar to Ellis.
Yeah, well, they were trading blows the whole way in.
Yeah, right. I mean, really, the wind kind of got taken out of her sails on 16 on the tee shot. I think that's kind of where she lost that chance. Even though, I mean, I can't remember.
She
I was
fine.
yeah. So not, I mean, that's a par, but I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like she needed to birdie out,
Yeah.
similar to Ella.
But
Yeah.
I think 5th place is a fantastic finish for her and probably a bit of a shock to her to finish that high. I mean,
Yeah, she really,
she's good, but she's that next tier good gal.
yeah, she hasn't really made any noise this year at all. I can't think of any tournament where she's been in the top,
No.
on the podium ever since Texas State's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, we're almost to the ones we want to talk about. But let's talk about this gal. I think this gal needs some flowers thrown her way.
What a finish after that beginning. Bottom of A pool after round 1.
Dead last.
Dead
Tied
last.
for dead last.
Oh man, that was wild because I knew what had happened on 16. This is one of the rounds I didn't tune into, but when I saw that number and then I checked the results, I was just absolutely dumbfounded. I was like, I can't. This is not Missy Gannon.
Yeah. And what was shocking is that she's taking that big number and walking off of that green. I don't know if she was just uncomfortable, if she was embarrassed, or if she really was like, it's over, it's done, nothing I can do about it. She was smiling and laughing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen her like even like slap her leg out of frustration.
Bro, I would have punted my bag so far.
Oh my gosh.
I would have kicked the seams out of that thing, man.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we're going back to that whole 16 talk, man. I don't care if it's a round or runner. I think holes like that, they get us all talking. That it's the memories that last. And I mean, to each their own, but man, I love it. Like,
she battled back to an 8th place finish overall, which is just ridiculous.
man.
All right, so now here we go. The youngest competitor in the field, who I'm a huge fan of now, she was awesome. And the oldest competitor in the field, who I've always been a fan of because she's awesome. What a show.
Man, like I said, the round 4 performance, unbelievable. And playing in the rain better than anybody that we've ever seen probably in the FPO division. And then, like I said, she gave us a gift by taking that 14 on 16, or was it 13 or 14? Whatever 13. It was.
Yeah.
13. It was a gift because she would have just coasted in for the win, which would have been amazing for her. But for us, it was a great show.
Well, depending on what happened on 16 the second day or the final.
True.
Because if she makes that green the day she takes 13, if she hits it the first time, she's probably trying to gun that sucker. Maybe not. She played smarter almost the entire round than a 15-year-old should. When she came back through that whole the final round, like we said, she just played for a par or played for the 4 for the birdie. Wow, smart move. But we saw how it ended for her.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've watched it. I've watched that final approach a few times now, and it just looks so nervy for her. She was doing. I messaged you this. She should have. I feel like she should have stuck with that approach disc that she was using the whole tournament. That halo multicolored disc, much straighter, straight flyer, much straighter. If you miss right on that upshot, it's a pretty big area. You go in the trees if anything, and you just make a putt there. But to come out with that super beefy approach disc that she threw, so she threw it in the playoff.
Well, she threw it in regulation and barely stayed safe.
And exactly. So once she pulled it out in the playoff, I was actually pretty worried, and I was like, okay, maybe she'll correct it because that thing was pretty overstable. I'm not sure what that disc is.
And both times those two played hole 18 was just another terrible segment of commentary. They were crowning her the champion coming up. And I'm like, there ain't no way you're counting Owen Scoggins out on this right now.
No.
None. Owen's a dog, man. She's gonna scrap and find a way. She was whole tournament, dude, so far behind everybody off of the tee. But scrappy, man.
She made like 3 50-footers in a row in that middle stretch.
Oh, I'll tell you what she had.
Yeah.
She went hole 2, 36 feet. Hole 4, 42 feet. And then what you're talking about, 7, 8, 9, 42, 39, 52 feet.
Yeah.
And then that ridiculous save on 13.
That was huge. Did that one shake up? I mean, Henna is Henna, but did that one shake up Henna to miss that short putt? So how good? I don't think so. Yeah, I knew that answer.
And then the putt on 15 was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was that a par save on 15 or was that a birdie?
She birdied it.
She birdied it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she went 7 for 7, C1X, and 6 for 9 from Circle 2.
That is unreal, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What is that percentage?
Well, 6 for 9 would be what, 66%?
66%. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good math on the spot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. So
we don't do that kind of math in first grade.
So the women's tournament was ridiculous. These two battled it out, gave us a great show. The ending was, like you said, craziest thing we've ever seen. Owen Scoggins, the first person ever to hold the Masters and Open world title at the same time.
And she did it backwards. Not that they're the way to do it, because she's the first one to ever do it, but that's crazy to win 5.
Well, in the same year, dude. She's the first
and in the same
year.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Mike brings up a point that I can't speak for the layup. I don't know what was going on. I've heard from her. I read that she laid up. She knew what was going on. She laid it up. I've also read that there was a scoring discrepancy on the PDJ app. It was saying Owen was putting for bogey. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't see that ever.
There was quite the discussion happening between her and her dad before she threw that shot. It makes you wonder if she was questioning what he was saying to her, because the way she was looking at him, she seemed pretty confused or just unsure.
Well, with only 2 people on the card.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to know what's going on. If you don't know if Owen's in or out, go take a look.
Yeah.
And you have to send that thing by the basket. You have to assume Owen Scoggins is going to make that. In fact, we talked about it earlier. Even if that's Henna standing there, I still think that you have to try to make it. Not as aggressively. if it's Owen, if you miss, it's going in the crowd.
A little bit more nose up on that one.
If it's Henna and you miss, it's probably staying safe. So, what a show. What a show by the ladies. It was great, man. It was so fun to watch. And
man, people always say that FPO is more fun to watch. And, I'm starting to, when it comes to the World Championships, I'm starting to agree. Because
not me.
I mean, when you have the last time Katrina won in Utah, and then I was referencing online how this World's reminding me of whenever Paige and Katrina let Val get her last World Championship by completely just letting her just sneak past them.
Yep.
And you have this one with all the storylines. I mean, they keep it interesting, that's for sure.
They keep it interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so let's shift gears. Let's talk about the dudes.
Okay.
Let's just talk about these 3 guys. We don't have to talk too much about them, but we definitely need to talk about them. Sullivan Tipton played the tournament of his life. And
that guy's good.
Dang right he's good. And, I'll bet, is he disappointed that he didn't win the World Championships? Probably not. He's probably pretty stoked that he finished, 5th place?
Yeah.
If he could flick the entire tournament, he would win. Yeah,
he's a regular, just a flicker. Like he does not. He was making some holes look lefty friendly.
Yeah, so good. His backhand's probably really good too, but these other 2 cats in this picture, that's how a backhand is supposed to look. These guys are nuts.
Yeah.
Anthony, a little different than Sully. They tied. Nope. They tied. Anthony's pissed he didn't win. And
Anthony, it felt like he was out of it pretty early.
What do you think?
It's just he never could get his putter going that final round.
Well, I think that Anthony was in it to win it until hole 13. Hole 13 is when Gannon tried to throw the roller and hit the tree.
Yep.
Anthony crushed one down there and was short, but you could hear him on camera. He looked at his dad. He said, "It's okay. It's still a birdie." And Gannon threw it up there to 45, 50 feet. And the most Gannon thing ever, not only is he the best player, he's the luckiest player, hits and scoots out to the right just enough to get her off of that tree. Anthony sails it past, and Gannon just straight, dude. Perfect putt, great pace, low, hard of the chains, and Anthony missed.
Yeah.
And that is when I think Anthony lost the tournament, because what happened? The next hole was 14.
Right.
Is that the pond hole?
14.
No. Oh, 14's that. 14's the one that they moved over to the left. It was a flick before. Now it's a little flex over the bridge. Gannon shanked it.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's the blind
shanked
shot.
it right.
Yeah.
And once again, if that's AB that shanks it, he's 25, 30 feet in those trees, chipping out. Gannon takes a knee putt and dang near makes it. Hits the lock if they had him. And Anthony is over left and sees Gannon miss and roll out. Feels like he has to make it. Now here's where he lost his putter. He missed it. That's a chance to get the one back that he needed. Then we went to 15. AB goes hyzer. OB. Turned it over for him. So he feels. Gannon throws almost the same shot. Somehow doesn't go OB in the right side or deep.
Yeah.
And that was 100% a Gannonburg layup. I've never seen him putt so soft in my life.
Yeah. That shot is insane to me. The spike hyzer over all that.
It's just so easy for him.
I can't even imagine throwing it that far on a spike on a hyzer line.
So easy for him. So yeah, I'm with that. I thought that was cool that both Anthony and Ezra's dads were on the bag. Oh, that was fantastic.
That was pretty cool, man.
But then Anthony screwed up 16 again, tournament over. Ezra, rough last day.
Yep.
Still finished fourth.
Yeah.
But that round he shot at the monster.
I mean, 1094. It's crazy when you have a rough final round and you still shoot a 1040.
Well, for whatever ratings are worth. His round at the monster, these guys, the best in the world, couldn't believe that he went that low. And it wasn't even the high. I mean, these guys are saying it's the greatest round ever. And it wasn't even the highest rated round in the tournament. It wasn't even the second highest rated round. But really good tournament for Ezra. Just every time I thought he was just done, he battled back. He was really resilient. He had a lot of grit. Just great tournament for him. I wish he would have won.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets that putter a little bit hotter, he's probably winning that tournament.
Good shot at it.
Yeah.
Then we got these two cats. My pick, Little Nick. I wanted him to win so bad. I knew that place would have went nuts.
Oh, they were going nuts regardless, but yes.
They would not have had enough security to keep that crowd out of the green. Nick would have maybe got carried downtown.
That dude's a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because you have these two guys side by side and they're playing together. Was Goose was on chase card?
Yeah, they're both chase card.
They're both on chase card, yeah. And Nicholas would throw a shot. Goose would follow it up, almost identical. And Goose's cheers would be 10% of what Nicholas was getting.
Mm-hmm.
It was just.
But he had a lot of fans there too. There's a lot of Goose.
Yeah, that was cool to hear. I think that's pretty. I respect that.
And
Yeah.
The one thing about Goose that's, kept him down out of the top all years has been his putter. If this was the first time you ever saw Aaron Gossage play disc golf was this weekend, you'd have thought this guy was the best putter ever. He was draining them. And
his distance putt his step putt was out of this world.
And he was feeling it. And you could tell. And he had complete confidence. And he's been one of the best throwers in the world for 3 or 4 years.
I don't think there's anybody that throws harder than him.
Every single time.
Every single time. I mean, AB throws pretty hard, but it's just a different look.
It's different. It looks different. Yeah. AB throws at 9,000 feet, and it doesn't look like he's trying. Goose throws at 9,000 feet, and it looks like he's trying to throw the disc stamp off of it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, both of these guys had a shot. Goose birdied the last hole to get him within 1, which if that's anybody other than Gannon Burr coming down the stretch, even after the hit and roll away on 17, if that's anybody else, we're thinking, oh, baby, Goose won, or he's going to a playoff, or something's going to happen. But you messaged me. You said, well, that was boring. And the reason it's boring is because it was Gannon Burr, and we knew he was not going to screw up that bad.
Yeah, man, you're right. I did say that. I wanted a little bit more at the end. It kind of stalled. It kind of went stale at the end because we knew what was going to happen. Like Gannon, man, his game, to me, I think Gannon's game is so boring and that's why he wins.
Yep.
And that's just how it is, man.
Yeah, well, let's talk about him. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He is the best disc golfer I've ever seen.
Yeah. It makes it look way too easy.
Yep.
I hate it.
I never think he's going to miss a shot. I know he's never going to miss a putt. Like the only putt that he missed was an incredible make from 80 feet from his knee that hit the pole and came out. This guy is, dude, I'm not calling him the GOAT. Don't get it confused with the GOAT.
Don't start that.
No, not yet. Do I think he probably will be? I think there's a pretty good shot at it. I think there's a pretty good chance this guy wins 3, 4 world championships in the next 5 years, 5 in the next 10.
He predicted that he'll win the next 2 or 3 just based off the location. Because he plays well at the courses that, where they're going to be. So
good.
Yeah.
So good. And yeah, you're right. He makes disc golf boring. And it's the same thing when Kristen was on fire and winning all the women's tournaments. People would say women's disc golf is boring because she was just so dominant. And that's what this kid is. And I don't know, man. He's incredible.
He reminds me of Shoestrick. He's obviously way better than Shoestrick ever was, but he does remind me of him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous. So the World Championships did not let us down. We loved every moment of it. But there's a few other world champions in the field that maybe didn't love every moment of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
I call it champ check. We've already talked about Evelina on the ladies' side, getting 7th place, which, whatever. Paige Pierce, though, T20. For the years she's having, the last 2 years she's having, that's not terrible. But
really though, and I'm one of those that I know like Paige is kind of a polarizing figure these days, but I still like want her to win tournaments.
I do too.
I think disc golf needs Paige Pierce to be good, but I just cannot figure out why she's not at the top of any of these.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think maybe her focus isn't disc golf as much as everything else that she's got going on. And then there's Kat. You mentioned her. T63. I'm not surprised. And then the only other former world champ in the women's division was Kristen. We already talked about her DNFing. I was shocked that Hokum wasn't there.
Hokum got tonsillitis
Oh,
the day before the event.
Oh, so she was there, but she didn't get to play.
She had to have surgery or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ed brings up a good point. Holland's not a world champ, but what happened to her?
Oh man, she slipped through the cracks on this one.
First time all year she wasn't in the top 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she was, what was she, like 14th or something, I think? 8th. She got 8th, tied with Missy. She just never had it, man. She just fell behind early and there was just nothing.
Yeah, she never popped off anything super meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is too bad because I think she's talent-wise, she's fantastic. And
yeah, she shot below her rating every round except for the final.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not good to do that at a world championship, but hey, it happens, man. And she was really focused. If you watched her in any of the press conference or anything like that, she didn't do any of the field events. She didn't do anything else because she wanted to just focus on her game. So maybe she's thinking about having some fun too.
Yeah. Do we remember how she did last year at Worlds?
I don't remember.
Yeah. See if I can pull that up real fast. Because like she's had some pretty good world championship showings since she started.
Well, while you're looking at that, I'm going to talk about the dudes here. We had Paul Macbeth shooting a ridiculous final round, kind of going beast mode on him a little bit.
Yeah.
With what did he go? He went 12 down final round to end up T8. So the top of our former world champs, Isaac Robinson, who luckily for a lot of people in our Survivor League, battled to a top 15 finish, getting 12th. Rick, T32 with a penalty the last day for showing up late.
Someone said that he was out watching the females finish their round, and that's why he was late. Hey, I don't know if I believe that, but that'd be worth it.
Yeah. James Conrad and Barsby had no shot going into the tournament.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. They kept showing Barsby on some coverage, like some highlights. So I didn't even know he placed that low.
What they were showing was the highlights were from when Barsby threw up there and bounced off the scoreboard and hopped in several years ago, made the putt, and then Beast drained a 30-footer. And just the look of the course at that time compared to this weekend was ridiculous. It just looks so much more awesome this weekend than it did. That was only like 6 or 7 years ago, tops. So,
and real quick on Holland, she has not finished worse than 4th place since 2021. 2021, she finished 28th. So this is her worst at the World Championships. So this is her worst showing since 2021, and she still finished in the top 10.
Yeah.
So she's pretty good at this tournament.
So Ed got a question about the payout. What about the payouts, and should we be paying 80 spots?
Should we be paying that deep? That's always a good topic.
You know the weird thing about the payouts, it was $10,000 less for the champion. Gannonburg made $10,000 less than Isaac did last year. Mm-hmm. But the crazy thing is, I haven't seen or heard anything about any of these guys or gals, for that matter, complaining about payout being too low. So I don't know if just the overall experience of this event, kind of covered that. I don't know what the deal is. Ed's right, though. If we don't pay 80 people, then we have more cash at the top. But the problem is, it's a PDJ event. You got to follow the PDJ guidelines, and the PDJ guidelines say you have to pay a certain percentage, and that's what they got to pay at their flagship event. Now, I
Well,
know.
I'm
I know.
looking.
I send a lot of PayPal to the PDJ every year, so I know they're sitting on some cash. They could come up with a
Well,
little money if they needed to.
I think the top prize is definitely the one that jumps out at everybody being $10,000 less. But even more surprising is second place was 12,000. Um, at last year's Worlds, second place got 20,000, third place got 15,000, fourth place where there was a tie, they both got 11,000. So that was that was what I was actually curious about. I was like, well, what did second place get compared? That's pretty surprising. And
So
you're right,
yeah.
like nobody's really making any noise about it except for Drew Gibson.
Well, and then he came back. He had a video today, and he came back and kind of retracted his statement the best that he could.
Right. And
So
honestly, that video sparked some conversations in the comments that made me see it from a different light because I was definitely on the side of I just didn't understand, but I didn't like it. It's like it feels like we're going backwards. But then when people in the comments section are bringing up, it's the money that they're putting into the event increases the footprint of this event and the eyes that are on it and the potential for bigger sponsors down the line. So maybe that pay cut does is worth the cost.
they had a restaurant on hole 18. Come
and then
on.
and then I think about they sold two or three however many VIP passes they sold for tens of thousands, whatever how much it was. They could have thrown some of that
Yeah, maybe, but
to the
you
top
know,
guy at least.
I would hate to know how much it costs to get all that set up, all those pop up type buildings. But I
Mhm.
also think that these top finishers are probably in a little different situation than they were 3, 4, 5 years ago. I don't think Gannon Burr cares about $10,000 as much as he made 200,000 last year just in winnings. I don't know how much he's getting paid from House of Disc. I don't, so I'm thinking he's doing all right.
Must be nice.
I don't know what Goose is
Yeah.
getting, but I'm sure getting paid pretty well by Discraft.
Yeah.
Little Nick's making bank.
Oh man. I would love to know like if Nick Luss is just set for a long time just
Yeah.
because of that, just because of who he is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Like that was one thing that Drew had said too in his video that these guys at the top, they're not stressing about that extra chunk of change, which sounds silly. And in reality, compared to other top sports, professional sports, this is chump change.
Yeah. Well,
But
the first one I see that it probably would have mattered tremendously to is probably Sullivan Tipton.
yeah,
I don't think he probably gets a lot from DGA, but like I kind of alluded to earlier, I think just finishing in the top 5 probably washed away a lot of things for that guy. He's probably on cloud 9 right now, but yeah, so
does, does
pretty
he stay
ridiculous.
on? Does he stay on DGA after a top 5 world's finish?
I tried to pay attention to what he was throwing. I think he was putting one of those Ricky putters. That green disc was some sort of I think it was a Big Z nuke, if I remember right. And then he had a couple, that tie-dye disc, I don't think is a DGA disc. I mean, they're all made by Discraft, but
Yeah,
I once again, maybe he's getting more from them than I think he is.
yeah.
Maybe
He's
he's
probably
doing all
their.
right.
I think he's their top player.
Andrew Marweed.
Oh, okay. And then you can say Katrina Allen because she's a 2-time.
Yeah.
So
And and they got Cole, Radal, and they've got some good players. So
they really build up that roster. They try to take the prodigy model. I think they're doing it better.
well, that's another topic for another day. So hey, we're not done with disc golf though. We got the World Games this weekend.
Apparently, we do.
Along with a disc golf pro tour event.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you know about the World Games? I asked you this earlier, and then I think I stopped you before you answered because I wanted to ask you.
I don't know anything about this, but I have been poking ever since you brought it up. I've been poking around on their websites,
And you
and it
can't
looks like
find
it's going to be a
anything.
big. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a big deal. Website looks
Well,
pretty good.
there's one disc golf thing.
One
It's
ultimate frisbee.
the disc golf. What we care about is mixed doubles,
Oh, that's it.
alternate mixed doubles, match play, from what I understand.
Oh man.
So I don't know what that means. That's what Doug made a post today, and I said, "Hey, Doug, what's the format? I can't find anything." And that's what he said.
Flying disc.
So, yeah, Mike, I know they were selling like packages where people could stay in motels and get a real royal treatment, but everything at Nokia was free. So when we're looking at people 10, 12 deep, those are just disc golfers like we used to do at Glass Blown Open, just showing up and partying out.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Ed's right. I think the VIP tickets were the only ones that were paid. All right, so we got Turku. I don't know anything about it, but I do know one thing. We got to make some picks, buddy.
Oh, I'm ready.
We got to go you against me. But before we do that, I'm going to quickly go through and show you how easy I am to beat.
Oh, good.
Because I took on the 2010 world champion last week.
I already know how easy you are to beat, Smitty. Don't worry.
Yeah, you've got a few playoff victories over me. That's a low blow, buddy. So sleeps. Eric was high on Sully Tipton. I was on Chris Dickerson. I gave myself a green, and here's why.
Okay.
Chris Dickerson outplayed his average finish by 16 places, and Sully was 11. But I also gave Eric a green because that dude was at it. He came out of nowhere and made some noise. So Eric got a green. I got a green. First time ever, double greens on sleep.
I think Eric made a good gut pick. You made a good research, data-driven pick.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's
two solid picks.
That's exactly what I did. And Eric was sure Sully was going to have a day.
Yeah. He's been the talk of a lot of the social media podcast people lately. So
And our shines, mano a mano. I went with the hometown kid. I was nervous that he was going to crash and burn in front of the home crowd. Eric went with Anthony. Once again, two great picks.
Yeah.
Gave myself a green. And this is intended to be the guy that wins gets green and the guy that doesn't win gets red. But Anthony Barella, top 5, T5, really freaking good. Gets Eric a yellow instead of the red.
Yeah, that's a risky pick by Eric, even though Anthony is a multi-winner on the tour, but you never know with that guy.
Oh, man, I'm ready for him just to figure it all out and just be the face of disc golf.
Yeah.
Just the main reason for shots like he threw on 18. That was the hardest throw I've ever seen in my life.
The highest throw probably too.
It was incredible.
Like straight vertical.
I'm so glad they caught that on video because I showed a guy at my work today who doesn't play disc golf, and when he chucked it off the tee, the guy's face like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty cool." But then when it was flying over trees and buildings and going a mile, he was like, "Oh my god,
unreal,
stink."
Yeah.
We both living on the edge. Ronnie thinks we're idiots for picking guys that could actually win the tournament. I think it's more fun that way. I went Vinny, who I saw exactly no shots of in 5 days. And Eric went with Rick. We already talked about Rick. Vinny didn't stink. I don't know why I didn't see him.
I don't know, man. Vinny, I'm trying to remember if Vinny's ever had a good world championship, really.
Well, in Utah, he was on the lead card.
But then he absolutely tanked that round, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, yeah, he tanked it. So
he did. And then there's another set of picks on here that was really the only one that mattered. We had the Philo versus Stokely cherry limeade side bet, and Philo got dominated by Stokely so bad that he dropped out of the tournament.
Oh no, I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So Seppo Paio's one of the partners of this tournament. I went back and looked, and Nicholas won it last year, and James proctologist Proctor was second. And I tried to watch some video, but I just wasn't in it. So all right,
Yeah.
let's do our picks, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. As the guest, you get to go first. You can start on any category you want. Sleeper,
All right.
stink, or shine.
I'll just keep the order. I'll start with the stinker.
Okay.
Stink. Now this one, I'm going with my gut and going off of a vibe based off of what I was seeing the final 2 rounds of Worlds.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go with Aderhold to stink. Yeah.
You know what happens if he wins?
Well,
Do you know what
good for him.
happens? No.
What?
Good
Oh, I
for
gotta
him.
buy you some Roadhouse or something. What is
Yeah,
it?
buddy. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
That's fine, and it'll taste even better. Yeah.
I hate that pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm justifying it because his putting the last couple rounds was not great. He couldn't get that disc above the chains or above the cage, and when he did get it in, it was barely getting in. And then him like struggling to keep the lead and then losing the lead and then never being in it. I think that's gonna mess with him. He has no momentum going into this tournament. Even though he finished 5th at Worlds, I don't think he has any momentum.
It's a gutsy pick, Kyle, because he could win it because it's a small field.
True.
He could win it by maybe not even playing that great. So we'll see.
I know.
Nick's there, so you got that going for you.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my stink. I went with little, not Nick. I went with Daniel Davidson.
Okay.
I looked him up. I think his average finish was higher than what I think he'll finish. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was having a heck of a time picking anybody because there's just too many guys there that could win this weekend.
Yeah. The field is way more stacked than I thought it was going to be after.
Maybe if they show.
That's another thing. Like, who's actually going to be there?
Yeah, we'll find out, won't we? All right. Well, I'll go with I'll go straight to the shine.
Okay.
Ezra Robinson.
Okay, I thought you were going to stick to that. Hey, that's a good pick. Actually, he kind of slipped under the radar for me. I didn't even think about him.
He had pretty good Worlds too. He finished with a hot last round, and
that dude can make putts from distance. Like
he's one of my favorite players. I mean, I got a bag full of favorite players, but he's up there. I just like him.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Thank you.
And he got beat by his brother by 1 stroke at Worlds.
Yep.
I love that. I went with Mauri Vilman.
That's a good pick too.
Yeah, he was I think he was leading Turku last year going into the final round. And then obviously Nicholas did his thing.
Yeah.
But
Mauri's really good, and if he gets his putt rolling, he's really good. Really
he's trending. I mean, he throws overstable only. I think that's what I remember, and I think on this course that's a good thing. There's really not too much going on from what I saw in the coverage. I'm trying to remember.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you're up, sleeper.
My sleeper. Now, they're going to do better than their average.
That's right. And I use a Statman to figure that out.
Okay. Well, hopefully mine is a true sleeper. I think he is, just based off of what I saw in the PDGA. I'm going to go with Raven Newsom.
Oh, that's a sleeper. If he does good, you'll be happy.
Yeah. He's pretty sporadic player from what I've seen on his finishes, but man, when his putter gets hot, he is one of those guys.
He was in the mix at the European Disc Golf Festival, and he was one of the finalists for the putting championship here at the Worlds.
Yeah.
So
I think he's one, just like pretty much all of us. When the putter's hot, the tee shots get better.
yeah.
So I think he'll be.
And he's had some stinky tournaments, so he's a great pick for the sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I went with a guy that we just mentioned a few minutes ago, the best player on DGA, Andrew Marweed. And the reason being,
it's a good pick.
Averages 29th, small field. I think Andrew Marweed is the best player to not win a Pro Tour event, and I think that this might be the one that he wins.
You know, this kind of event has his name all over it. I'm with you there. That's a really good pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, he had a pretty good finish at Worlds. Good for him.
Yeah, the dude is really good, and of course he's really good. He's a touring pro, but yeah. So
as long as he doesn't get mad, he'll be all right.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're almost there. We have our Survivor League going. It costs these guys $10 to get in. You can only pick a player at one time. They have to finish in the top 15 or you get kicked out. We had some picks. And Ronnie blames this on me and Jordan, and I haven't heard the end of it, but we only lost one person. Ronnie. He picked Ricky Wysocki, the only one to finish outside of the top 15. We're not making picks for Turku. We're waiting until they come back to a full field here at home for Ledgestone.
Yeah.
But look what I got left. I picked Wysocki. I picked Burr. I picked Nick. I think I'm going to have to go Calvin when we come back, which is scary business. Or I got Anthony too.
At Ledgestone?
I'm going to Anthony.
I think that's a good pick.
Mainly because of the lake course. All right, Kyle. We've made it to the last segment of the show. We call it Big Deal. Welcome to Big Deal, the segment of the show where Kyle Webster takes a deep dive into things that everybody is talking about. Whether they deserve the hype and truly are a big deal, or they're just a total overblown, big deal, bro. Is this guy a big deal?
I'm kind of tired of seeing him. I don't think he's a big deal. So who cares, man? I've been under my breath. I've been calling him a disc chaser.
Yeah,
he's a clout chaser, but I mean, and I'm just being a hater. I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy, and I know he does a lot for disc golf in his area. But man, you know those most look at me kills me, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know him at all outside of what I see.
Yeah.
He might be the nicest guy ever. I have actually watched him do his steak cookout things, and those things are really kind of interesting and really fun to watch. I like watching them.
Yeah.
Now, going back to a couple years ago at USDGC when he was staring into the camera, the first few times he did that cracked me up, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, this is funny. This is good. But then I was over it, and it just continues to happen. But I think what's getting me more than anything is this, "Let's go, G," yelled out over everything else. You can hear it. And I'm thinking if I'm a guy 2 or 3 cards away, that drives me nuts on the course. It's like Rick's Ari from a few years ago. That woo woo woo. I think those two things serve one purpose, and that is to let everybody else on that course, because you can hear that all over the course.
Yeah.
It's just to let them know, hey, my dude's on one, you're in trouble. And I think with him, I think it is like you said, hey, I'm here too. Don't forget about me, guys.
It gives me that vibe, and it seems like any time that somebody does something good, they're all over his story. Or, and, I don't know, like maybe that's his thing. Like maybe he's a promoter in that sense. But and like I said, I'm just being a hater because I'd like to be out there too, hanging out and doing the thing with the guys. But yeah, and I think he's just playing a character at
I
the end
think
of the
so.
day.
I
Yeah,
think
because
so.
honestly, I think he's probably a pretty cool dude. Like I said, he does a lot for disc golf, but whatever he's doing, it's working. So I think he's doing it on purpose.
Well,
So,
everybody in his crew, that little tight crew they have, everybody in that crew seems to absolutely love this guy. And
yeah,
you know what? Like we've said, he might be the nicest guy ever, but
yeah.
I'm tuning into the Disc Golf Network to watch Gannon Burr bore me to death by dominating and kicking everybody's butt and being the best disc golfer I've ever seen. Not to
And the
hear him
luckiest.
say, "Let's go, G." So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we made it. It was a
Yeah.
long one. I knew it would be when we had all that to talk about on the women's side, because that was absolutely amazing for sure. So
We could still be talking about it.
you dang right, and I'll probably still will be next month.
Yeah.
So you got any shout outs to give to anybody?
Oh, well, I'm going to shout out the Joplin Disc Golf Club back in Joplin, Missouri. They have their A tier coming up. So look it up, the Four States Open.
It's fun.
It's the registration's open. It's not many people are signed up yet, but we're still a few months out. I know Ron Commerce is signed up. I'm signed up. I'm gonna fly in to play that tournament just because. So I'm taking a day. I'm taking a sick day, so don't tell anybody. So I can be there for that. And but yeah, so I'm excited about that. And then I'll shout out my new local club, the Emerald Coast Disc Golf Club. They're doing a lot for the area, doing a lot for the amateurs around here. There's not much of a pro field. That's okay because they're growing the sport, and that's where Flight Factory Discs is located. You see them on the coverage a lot. So yeah, I'll give those guys a shout out, and then shout out to our two new world champions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. First of many for Gannon, and likely the only open one for Owen. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. So I got a couple of shout outs to give.
Okay.
Back to your old stomping grounds. I got to give a shout out to Jason Schwakey. Is that how you say his last name? Schwakey?
Schwakey or Schwakey?
Schwakey.
Yeah.
He ran the 25th Hideaway Pizza Open last weekend. 25 years for a tournament is a lot. And I went down there. I signed up late on Friday, and I went down there. I hadn't played Boomer Lake in probably 14 or 15 years. So I went into that playing it blind, but it quickly came back. As I was going through the course, I remembered all the shots. And we went over to the other course, and I'd never seen that. Well, that's a lie, too. I saw that 15 whatever years ago, but we played on pop-up baskets. It was a temporary course. So it was I knew the property, but none of the holes. I couldn't remember a single one. So I played that, ended up birdieing the last two holes to tie Eric Rainey, current 65 world champion. And that son of a buck beat me on the first hole of the playoff. He goes in the list of guys that are no longer on my Christmas card list with you and AJ Cruz. Out of there. If you beat me in a playoff, you get out of the Christmas card list. So,
that's why I haven't gotten anything for 10 years now.
You were on it for a while. Stems back to Little Apple Open that very first time. So yeah, and shout out to you for being our first. I think you're our first out-of-state co-host.
Love it.
There we go.
I'd love to be back for more, man. I watched all the live coverage. I'm a big fan of the game, and not many people to talk to about it. So
right on. Well, we'll have you back. We'll have you back, buddy. So appreciate it, man. Hey, good luck at in-service this week and even more luck next week. We're going to need it.
Yeah, let's get the school year rolling, man.
You got first graders, and I got little adults, 7th and 8th graders. So
I don't envy you.
I need more luck than you do.
Yeah, big time.
So, all right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you had fun.